Let's just say an individual being removed from the UK. There are immigration rules that apply to your immigration status in the country. Every foreign national who is not a British citizen, who hasn't naturalized and has not been granted permanent resident status, is referred to as people who are subject to immigration control. When you are referred to as a person subject to immigration control, it means that the Secretary of State, i.e. the Home Office, can decide whether you come in or you go out. It doesn't mean you become a prisoner, it just means you have to comply with the terms and conditions of your immigration status. For example, a student who is here pursuing further education, there are rules and there are conditions attached to that student visa. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. For example, if you are a student, you are not allowed to work full-time during the term time. Say, for example, school time, you are not supposed to be working full-time. You may be allowed to work 20 hours per week as a student. And at the same time, you are supposed to be able to prove that you are attending classes if you have to physically attend classes. So this is an example of people who are subject to immigration control. They have to comply with the terms and conditions of their immigration status. People who are here as a work permit holder also have conditions attached to their status. For example, if they were granted entry clearance or say work permit, they must work with the employer for whom they were contracted to work, and they must meet the conditions attached to that status. So every status you have as a foreign national in the UK, you must comply with the rules. Where you breach the rule, you'll be given an opportunity to explain why you breached the rules. For example, you are married to a British citizen, and 1 year down the line, your relationship collapsed, and your spouse or partner contacted the Home Office to say, hello, our relationship is collapsed, we are no longer in a relationship. Home Office, upon that information, will do what is called curtailment. They cut short. If you were already granted, say, 3 years or 2.5 years, which is the standard length of time you are given as a spouse, they will curtail it to say 6 months for you to stay in the country. And you'll be allowed to explain reasons why they should not remove you from the country, since your relationship, your marriage has ended. And because that marriage is the basis for which you enter the UK in the first place. So they will give you the opportunity to tell them why they should not ask you to leave. Because you are no longer married to the British citizen, the relationship is collapsed. So therefore, there's nothing else for you to do in the country. They will expect you to leave. So in that case, you simply contact a solicitor and seek advice, and then put your version of what happened to the Home Office. And of course, they will deal with the case based on the information from you and what you have to say for yourself. I hope that helps you to understand the issue of when Home Office can remove some